And what is happening, everybody? It's your boy Blake, Money Blake Weather. Welcome to an episode of Loaded Joes MMA podcast. Final one of 2019.
Yeah.
Oh, you heard that magical voice right there? You might remember him from back in the day. It's your boy. It's your favorite, Mr. John Millers.
OG right here.
OG, one of the OGs of Loaded Joes MMA, one of the first co-hosts, just like me. And it is a fabulous December 30th. It is 10 o'clock at night. We are recording.
10:10.
It's 10:10. Woo, the double number. Hey, the double numbers.
Hey, planets aligned.
Hey, double numps. But yes, man, the last episode we were doing of the year before good old last episode of the decade.
Yeah.
Yes.
And good at the same time.
Well, John, I was telling people earlier this month, it was our 5-year anniversary of Loaded Joes.
Are you serious?
December 5th? December 5th or 6th?
I got too drunk, though. the ghetto side came out, but whatever.
The ghetto side came out. Well, nonetheless, man, yeah, you were there that night. And we started from the bottom. Now now we got little fucking panels. We got our own shit we're recording. Remember, we borrowed Casey's shit.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Casey.
Yeah, you had a lot more shit to borrow, yeah.
Yeah, and now we all set up, man. We got the mics, we got the mixer. We're doing it big, baby. Hey, and we're shutting down the year in the right way. You always come out. You always come watch the fights. I think you maybe missed like one. That was a UFC one. I think maybe one.
Man, you missed. You were here late for a lot of them.
Yeah.
You'd be like, hey, I'm having the fights. And then we'd be like, where you at? I'm at the pool, man. I'll be at
Regardless, we all made it through the year.
Yeah.
I wanted to run through the year with you and talk about our top 5 what the fuck moments of combat sports. And these can be anything, whether it's something in the news, whether it's a fight or something that sticks out to you, anything. I think we might have a few similar things just because, there was a lot of things that happened, but there was some definite, what we watched it and we're like, what in the fuck?
Definitely. Yeah.
So, John Miller, since you are the guest, I'm going to allow the guest go first. What is your number 5 what the fuck moment this year in combat sports?
Well, I'm going to be straight up. I didn't watch this fight live. I actually missed it. But Overeem, when he got punched in the face and his face exploded.
Shit.
What the fuck?
By Rosenstruck.
Yeah, I've never seen
UFC Washington, D.C.
I've seen people break their legs. I've seen nasty elbow cuts. But, seeing someone get punched so hard the lip explodes from the punch, that's nuts.
The only other time I'd seen that was Robbie Lawler and Roy McDonald Part 2. If you remember, look at Robbie's lip. Robbie's lip was split almost the exact same way of Overeem's.
Overeem's way worse, though.
I don't know if it was way worse.
Shit was
the way it looked, when it happened, it looked like an explosion on his lip.
Yeah. I remember Robbie's, but I didn't think it was that bad.
Robbie's was that bad. Okay. I get Overeem's was probably worse, and I think it looked worse when it happened. Yeah. But everybody wants to quick to forget. We're quick to forget in MMA.
Yeah,
the shit. Watch, let me pull it up real quick. Robbie Lawler lip.
Yeah, it was messed. Yeah,
Robbie Lawler lip. Let's see. It looked like the Joker and shit. It was crazy.
Man, but you could stick your finger or dig a small trench in Overeem's lip.
Yeah, it was. So Overeem's was definitely worse, but this is still bad.
Oh yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, it's Overeem's way worse.
Yeah, you could
it's definitely another inch worse, I should say, and that's painful as fuck. Yeah. But Robbie's was this. It's fucking.
But he didn't get knocked out by it though. That's the difference.
Yeah,
Robbie took it and didn't get knocked out. Man, but regardless, if someone hit you so hard, your
lip explodes.
That motherfucker get hit. You don't want none of that smoke. So that guy, I didn't know who that guy was, but now I'm paying attention.
That's the dude. He knocked out.
He knocked out some big stars.
Andrei Arlovsky. No, just Andrei Arlovsky right before.
Okay.
You know, and you know who did that? You know who had that same track? Who did that? Who knocked out Andrei Arlovsky and then knocks out Alistair Overeem? And he's fighting Rosenstruck next. Do you know who it is?
Nuh-uh.
Ngannou.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Ngannou had the same
right.
track. He knocked out Andrei Arlovsky. Then he fights Overeem. Punches his fucking neck off.
Yeah.
So this guy almost had the same track. He fought a few other people. Then he fights Andrei Arlovsky, knocks him out in the first round. I think it was the first round. And then goes and fights Overeem. Overeem was winning the fight.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing.
He was winning the fight till he lost.
Like, he was fighting long and like sticking and moving. Some people said it was kind of uneventful, but whatever.
But that's the way Overeem fights safer now that he's older.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's been getting laid out, you know.
Bro, I think he's got 15, 16 knockouts to his name. Like, against him.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's definitely got that many that he's knocked out, but
yeah. But like he's starting to gather.
He also has been eating a lot of them. It's horrible. Okay. Yeah. My number 5, Rory McDonald loses the belt in Bellator. I thought that was definitely a what the fuck moment because, and here's my reason why.
All right, go ahead.
We already know Rory's like, he's been a little bit boring in Bellator. Like he fights very safe, very point style. He beat was it Douglas Lima? He beat Douglas Lima the first time, took the belt. It was very like, who the fuck won type fight. Mm-hmm. Then he fights John Fitch, right? And like everybody's like, the fuck is this? It's a draw, right?
Oh yeah.
In Bellator, everybody's like,
I heard a lot of people were disappointed.
We watched that fight and it was just like, what the fuck? Like, come on, Rory, put the fucking pedal to the metal. Let's fucking go. Mm-hmm. And then Rory fights old Douglas Lima the second time. And it was the same type of fight, man. It was the same type of like, I'm going to take you down, but maybe you take me, like, you know, we're going to point, fight. And it kind of looked like to me, it was going to go the same way again of them giving the nod to Rory. When they were reading out when we at the judges' scorecards, I'm like, 48, 47, okay. Yeah, they're going to fucking give it to Rory. Because that's just what they do. Right? They know that's how he fights. That's what he does. So when they gave it to Douglas Lima,
you're like, what the fuck?
I was like, what the fuck?
You got to beat the champ. Rory
beat him. Rory finally lost.
Yeah.
He still fought the same game plan. He finally lost. That kind of, I was a what the fuck moment for me. Because seeing Rory lose in a point style fight, like, that rarely, if ever, happens. You know what I mean?
Man, I'm not trying to like bash on anybody, but ever since I heard him coming out with like worship music to walk out to.
You think he's fighting softer? You feel like he's been fighting softer?
Yeah, his spirit's not there.
Interesting.
He needs to. That's what I think. I think
he needs some sage. He needs to cleanse his soul.
He probably does need to cleanse his aura. Man, you gotta have Christ in your life, or smell like shit.
Hey, John, you gotta keep the Christ in Christmas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that whatever. That's my opinion. Neither here nor there.
You kind of feel like he went a little soft. He found Jesus. He went a little soft. Like when Manny found Jesus and he went a little soft and he started losing. And dude, remember that? He found Jesus and he loses to Bradley. He gets knocked out by Marquez.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he ain't knocking motherfuckers out. He's kind of like,
yeah, he's playing it safe.
Yeah, he's fighting with points. It's like, motherfucker, who are you? Go back to doing coke off of bitches' asses.
You want it raw.
Yeah, go back to doing raw dog with prostitutes and gambling. 50,000
condom on.
Come on, man. Give me the old man. I miss the old Manny. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think Manny's starting to get it a little bit more back.
He's starting to bring that edge back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a while, I was like, it seemed like he was, because of the Marquez fight, he didn't want to get knocked out again.
And he got knocked the fuck out. And he knocked out Marquez in the fight, too. Mm-hmm. And, he knocked him down in like the third round, I think. And he broke his nose. He broke Marquez's nose. So it's like, you was on the way to winning, Manny.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you found Jesus. Yeah. You didn't throw that jab. You went in for
committed to Christ.
Yeah. And you got to get dad. You got to get dad. John Miller, you're number 4.
My number 4. All right. Well, it was the GOAT beating Paulie.
Oh, the Loboff? Whoa, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, that one I was like
Bare knuckle, whole event. First of all, that whole event. Remember that night we had that event, and all the fights on there were you here for that?
Yeah, I was here.
No, all the fights on there I thought were really good.
I was talking shit just because I don't know. I don't really like him.
Who, Paulie Malignaggi?
No, Artem.
Oh, Artem Lobov.
Like Artem Lobov, but I just wanted him to win. I don't know why. Because I think I knew because you're going for Paulie, right? Weren't you?
I was going for Paulie, yeah.
Paulie, honestly, he should have won it, but whatever. They're being biased over there.
Right.
They don't want their boy going down. And when he fought again, he lost. Didn't he get KO'd this time around?
Who, Artem?
Artem. He lost to
Jason Knight?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? I didn't watch that.
I didn't watch it either, but I wanted to, and I thought it was going to be like the same outcome. But no, Jason
Knight will bring it. He brings a fight, bro.
Yeah, no, Jason Knight. I think he KO'd him.
Damn.
Yeah. So, but Artem Lobov, man.
They called him Hick Diaz when he was in UFC. When Jason Knight called him Hick Diaz.
Why?
Because he's kind of like the Diaz brother of the South. He was all, you know what I'm saying? So they call him Hick Diaz.
Yeah. No, I mean, no, he is. Yeah.
He has that style. He has that ferocity. You know,
that
like
retarded redneck strength.
You said that, I didn't. But yeah, I didn't know that happened, but I do remember the Paulie thing, man. The Paulie thing being a big thing. That's your number 4.
That was my number 4. Yeah,
that's a good moment that stands out, bro.
Yeah, because I don't know.
There was a big build up. First of all,
yeah,
that was big build up.
Yeah, there's a lot of drama in that. But
big drama show.
I was just happy that he beat a boxer that was supposed to win.
Technically, he did. If it was by boxing rules, I think Paulie would have won. He outpointed him. I mean, you know, it was what it was. Drink generalship type shit because he kept backing him up. Yeah, that was definitely a what the fuck moment. That's not in mine, but that's definitely my number 4 right here. You'll love this one. Ruiz beat Joshua. That's on your list?
Yeah, that's my 3rd one.
Okay. Well, good.
I knew that was coming up. I knew one of us, or both of us were going to
have to take it. All right, so it's my number 4. It's your number 3.
Yeah.
It was going to be your number 3 anyways. So I'll talk my points. You talk your points.
Yeah.
For me, yeah, unexpected as fuck for me. For a lot of people. And you look back on after the second fight and you realize why it was unexpected. Like, Joshua did the things we thought he was going to do in the first fucking place. Right? He fought. He used the points. He used the boxing. He used range. He fought the way he hadn't fought before. He needed that, though. But he fought the way we thought he was going to fight. Somebody that is aggressive in close. That, you know, like, has a lot of speed, a lot of power, a lot of experience. And I think of course, that's what I was banking on. That's what the world was banking on, bro. Like, they didn't really give Andy Ruiz a chance. Bro, that was the Buster Douglas of this decade, to be quite honest with you.
I want Ruiz. I think Ruiz could do better. I think he could come back.
He needs to start.
I'm not saying that he could win, but he needs to lose some of that dead weight he has. Because, I mean, he didn't get fazed by Joshua at all this time around. Like, he didn't even get hurt or stunned. But he was just too heavy. You could take the punch, but you can't catch him.
Right.
What's the point of having power if you can't hit somebody?
Right. Or adjusting your game plan. So we go back to the first fight, right? And the game plan, I think, of him was to just eat what Joshua was going to throw and outstrike him. And that's what he did. He waited for Joshua to get close. And he fought in that kind of phone booth, that short to mid range, where Andy Ruiz very much shines. Because the reason he shines is because you're in close with him, you're standing and exchanging. You're not moving. I don't think Andy Ruiz is not a moving puncher. He can move and punch, right? But he has a shorter range. You can usually outmaneuver him if you want to. He's got endurance, but like, there's a way to beat him. And Joshua showed you how to do it this last fight. You know what I mean? So, Anthony Joshua, though, going into that fight, very cocky, right? He'd been knocking out everybody except for one person, undefeated. And that's what he does. He gets in close and he knocks you down. He relied on his strength. I think we look back, hindsight's 2020, a bit too much.
No, wait, man, look at him.
He knocked him down. He knocked him down in the third round, and then he got knocked down. Right, that's what happened. Mm-hmm. And so, and then, he got knocked down. That's right. He knocked him down. He got wobbled, got weeble wobbled, and he realized he never really recovered from that ever. When he got knocked down the first time, he never really recovered from that.
Yeah, it's
and he,
temple, right?
Yeah,
right behind the ear.
Yeah, he never really recovered from it, and he spent the whole rest of the fight kept fighting the same game plan. I'm getting close. I'm
Well, he wasn't thinking.
Overextend. I think he trained like that though. Like I think that's how he trained to fight whoever he was gonna. Oh, he was gonna fight Big Baby Miller before. I think he just trained to fight like that. He was giving into his emotion of like, oh, you hit me. I need to come over here and knock you out.
Yeah.
And Andy Ruiz is like, okay, we can play the game.
Andy was whooping that ass.
Andy betted on himself too. You heard his story, right? Like he bought away out of his contract with Top Rank because they weren't giving him fights. And he is his own manager for this last fight. And I think that fight he got $3 million. Uh-huh. And he took a chance. They're like, yeah, we'll give you $3 million. He's like, fuck it. I'll take it. Let's go. And he won.
And wait, did he bet against it, like on himself to win?
No, he didn't bet on himself.
Oh, okay.
Like that,
I was like, damn, he's crazy.
He probably had family members bet on him, though. You know what I mean?
No, that's true.
But like, he took a chance on himself. He risked it all for himself to be like, I'm my own manager. I'm going to put myself in this position. I know I can beat this guy. Short notice. Fuck it. Let's go. I've got more experience. I mean, he took a large risk on himself, and it paid off. Yeah. So much so, in this last fight, he made like, 13, 18 million, something like that.
Oh,
I
don't know how much.
I think he made
that much money.
Yeah, because Anthony Joshua made something like
crazy, like over
83 million,
83,
something like that. 50 to 80 million, something like that. Like it was ridiculous.
No, I think you're right. Yeah,
but Anthony for Andy Ruiz to come in there and make double digits of millions, coming off of the career that he had, where he was kind of like this guy who was beating like mid-tier heavyweights, and then comes and you beat one of the top 4, right?
Yeah. It's
him, Wilder, Fury, and then we can now replace Ortiz with Ruiz. Like, you beat one of the top. At the time, it was Ortiz.
Each other. I want Ortiz.
I want an Ortiz Ruiz. I want an Ortiz Ruiz.
Crazy.
That'd be badass.
See the thing. Okay, so whenever AJ announced that he was replacing Miller because of the failed drug test,
yeah.
I looked up Andy at least like a week beforehand, and I saw like his fights, and I was seeing how he had already fought someone that was like 6'7" and was piecing them up like that, and that's why I made a meme kind of making fun of him that he looked like the up kid. But
that's right. I remember
I still
that.
put Team Ruiz. Like I was still going for him, even though I was making fun of him, and he won. But I mean, I just saw somebody that like that dude could fight. Like Ruiz can fight. If you're trying to slug it out with him, he's gonna light you up.
He can eat punches, and he's got power, and he can throw fast.
Yeah, and speed, which not a lot of people have that or have the combos.
Yeah.
Like he knows how to fight tall people. Like that's what I noticed about him.
When you're in his range.
Yeah, when you're in his range, he knows how to fight tall people. Yeah.
So if you just do like what Anthony Joshua did, stay out of the range.
Yeah, jab,
1, 2.
Like just
1, 2, just keep
move.
Yeah, that's it.
It's boring, but it's how you beat someone. You know.
It's how you beat somebody like that. Mm-hmm. That's how Mark Hunt gets beat all the time, right? You keep him on the edge.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what you do. Like these guys are here to knock you out. And what they can't do though is if you keep them out of the range, they can't ever get off what they want to get off. And if they don't adjust to the game plan, that's their fault. You know what I mean? But those are my thoughts. That's my thoughts. That's why it's my number 4. Mm-hmm. Again, when I hear your thoughts, if you put your mind back into when we were going in that fight June 1st.
I was like no, I saw I thought Andy was really good, so that's why I decided to pick him before the fight. Even though I kind of like made it jokingly, like I still made a meme, so you could fact check that, Google. But yeah, other than that, no, I saw the speed and how he had the perfect technique to fight taller people that wanted to bang with him. And so when they're doing the rematch, I thought it was going to be the same thing. Except this time, Boyd came up way heavier than he did last time. His speed wasn't there. His hand speed wasn't there. So yeah, I mean, I'm disappointed, basically, because he should have done a lot better. I think he could have done a lot better, but yeah, you can't if you're not able to close the distance, then you're probably not gonna win,
right?
And I thought it would have been close to a repeat of the last one, but no, I was wrong. Whatever.
It happens in the sport.
Yeah. Like no one knew how heavy he was because he weighed himself with clothes on.
Yeah, wear like the little poncho, sombrero, and shit like that.
Sombrero, unknown factor, it averaged around 5 pounds.
Yeah, so
like,
it was fucking thick. But
then he probably got an expensive one, so I think it was probably 6-7 pounds.
So that is your number 3.
Yeah.
My number 3 is MVP getting KO'd back in May from fucking Douglas Lima.
That shit was nasty.
That shit was nasty, bro. Because up until this point, what have we seen from MVP? We've seen him knock out all these fucking cans. We've seen him beat all these fuckers. And then they create, like, just to rewind for everybody, Bellator creates like they did last year for the light heavyweight, or the heavyweight tournament. This year they created the welterweight tournament. Right? And you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really keep up with Bellator, but
bro, okay, so
I've watched that fight.
I'll fill you in on the deets real quick. Bellator last year they created the heavyweight tournament. You remember that? It was Matt Mitrione, I think Roy Nelson was part of it. Yeah, Last Emperor was a part of it. Yep. Bader was a part of it. Mm-hmm. There's all these fights, right?
Yeah, and that's what Bader won. Yeah,
that's what Bader won, right? And so fast forward to this year, they do that with the welterweight tournament. And they have Ed Ruth, they had Paul Daly, MVP. Who else did they have? Lima, Fitch, Roy McDonald, and I forget who. A few other people, whoever. Anyways, yeah, the former other fucking champion, the Russian dude who had the belt before Lima. Anyways, there's all 8 of them, and they're all in there. And the first fight of one of the first fights of the tournament was Paul Daly versus MVP. So MVP up until this time, he's knocking out motherfuckers, he's beating cans, he's undefeated. Everybody though is saying the same thing. Wait until you find somebody that's like real. They're gonna give you a real test, right? Like wait till you fight somebody. So we're all anticipating him versus Paul Daly to be like a scrap. And if you remember that fight, it was a decision. You're right. Like
Paul Daly tried disappointing, right?
Paul Daly tried to wrestle him. Like he didn't even want to throw with him. He tried to wrestle him, tried to put him against the cage. MVP was just kind of hitting him from the outside, avoiding the takedowns. Paul Daly lost. Like he didn't want anything to do with standing up with MVP. It was very disappointing.
Yeah.
So the next round, Douglas Lima had won his fight. So Douglas Lima and MVP are going to be fighting. Mm-hmm. So they end up fighting. It ends up going 2 rounds, I believe. Yeah. It was 2 rounds. And, bro, it's like, oh, shit, this is happening. Oh, shit, you motherfuckers, okay, la-da-da. Everybody's kind of waiting to see who the fuck's going to knock out who, right? Because Douglas Lima is a former champion. MVP is kind of still, like, standing in his zone, holding his zone, kind of. And all of a sudden, fucking Douglas Lima kicks a little skinny-ass leg from underneath him. And fucking MVP, like, goes down to one knee. And as he goes down to one knee, fucking Lima hits him in the face.
Knocks him out.
You remember that shit?
Yeah.
He just tripped him. So he did the leg sweep.
Uh-huh.
Swept the league leg, and then fucking hit him as soon as he like got down to one knee. Fucking beautiful combo. And I think a lot of people have pointed it out. Like fucking MVP has little ass legs. Mm-hmm. He's liable for leg kicks.
Yeah, but Lima's known for his leg kicks.
Lima's known for his fucking leg kicks.
Yeah, like his leg kicks are brutal.
Brutal, bro. Yeah. They'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
And, so yeah, man, like, and he was fucking up Roy. I remember he was fucking up Roy the first fight with some nasty ass leg kicks. So yeah, it was that. It's just, fucking badass little combo like that. Mm-hmm. Something you train that on the bag, like a low calf kick to kick out the leg, right? Cause it was like right beneath like the bottom of the calf and like the top of the ankle.
Yeah,
swept him.
Where the tendon is.
Yeah, he kind of just swept him. He kicked him and kind of swept him.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
yeah, that's
timed it perfect.
That's one combo they're showing us at the gym you do like a 1-2, and then use your front leg to do the sweep, and then you throw the elbow in.
Oh, that's nice.
So as they're coming down,
catch them as they're falling in.
Yeah, or you could do a punch,
right?
Whichever.
But
there's that other KO that one black guy did. I don't know if it was wearing white shorts, but he did this. Like he tripped the guy, but with the same leg. He kneed him in the face and knocked him out. Yeah, you seen it?
I've seen that before, yeah.
That was ugly. Did you know he lost that fight?
No.
I think they might have disqualified him for doing that because that was like kicking or kneeing a down opponent.
Oh, hell.
Right, what the fuck, right?
Oh, hell. That was a badass move.
Yeah, no, that's insane with the same leg.
The agility, the vastness, yeah, right? Your reflex is fast at that point, bro.
I can't believe, come on.
So that's my number. That is my number 3 right there. MVP getting KO'd.
Yeah,
That's what the fuck moment. Everybody,
crazy.
The way it happened too. Everybody stopped and was like, "Oh, this motherfucker. He's not ready for these guys, man." You know. And since then, he's on a 3-fight win streak, beating cans basically. Yeah. They're beautiful to watch on Instagram. Little 60-second clips. It's beautiful.
I kind of get tired of his dancing, but
it's also like stop him, like do it, like stop him. If you don't like it, stop him. You know what I mean?
I think you can do that kind of stuff, but I don't think it's smart to do it the whole fight. You know,
that motherfucker does not. He's not going to stop until somebody beats him again.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not telling him to stop. I'm just telling him, like, me, it just seems like a little overdone. Like, yeah, you could do that, but it seems like he's doing it more out of ego and not really out of instinct.
Oh, it's way showboaty. Yeah. It's way because, like, oh, people are watching me. They're expecting me to go,
yeah,
you know, do the little wave with my hands and then jab, right?
Well, what's it called? It was that one dance they did in New York, the Brooklyn.
Oh, the Harlem Shake.
Harlem Shake. Yeah, Brooklyn. My bad. Don't get mad at me.
Wrong hood, bro.
Wrong hood. But yeah, it just seems like he's just doing it all the time, which, I mean, it's fine, but I think if you just kind of blend it a little bit more to where it's not so obvious and that you're showboating every time, I think more people would probably like him for it. But it just seems like he's kind of overdoing his skills. But yeah.
What is your number 2?
My number 2, it's probably your number 1.
We'll see.
It's Street Jesus baptizing Ben Askren.
That is my number 1, actually. I'll get to why it's my number 1, though. But, all right, so it's your number 2.
Why is it my number 2?
Let's spell it out. Tell me your perspective on it, and then
should I tell you my number 1 since we know you're number 1 already?
No, we'll make it organic.
Okay,
we'll make it as organic as possible.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, no one was expecting it to be that quick. Like, no one. I think I wanted Ben to get knocked out, but I wanted a fight. You know what I mean? Like, I think honestly, I think I might have missed the actual knockout. I don't know, but because it happened so quick. No, I think I did kind of see it when he connected, but I didn't see like right before it.
I'm saving my thoughts for my number for my point. So right, go ahead. I'm gonna let you tell the story.
Like, no, you go ahead. Cause
no, I'm saving my points for. We're just listening to you.
I mean, to me that just like surprised me because I was expecting a war. I was expecting another fight, kind of like the Robbie fight, you know, where he gets hit with some big shots and then, you know, crotch sniff it. You know, Jorge, because Jorge, most of his decisions he lost to wrestlers. So, right? I think most of them have been people that high pressure. They try to wrestle him.
Kind of, right? Like he lost one to Ala Quinta. Ala Quinta's not a huge wrestler. Yeah. He lost one to Ben Henderson. Ben Henderson's not a big wrestler. Like, well, he kind of is. He's a high volume guy. He used to be. He doesn't fight like that anymore. He lost that point decision to Wonderboy Thompson, but Wonderboy Thompson just outflanked him, outmaneuvered him the whole fucking night.
Yeah, George was not there in that fight. he could not adjust.
He couldn't adjust.
That karate style, like, fuck.
I had somebody try to tell me. I remember that. It was actually my boy Kyle Steele. Shout outs to him. We were talking before that fight. And he was telling me, boxing's going to beat karate. And I'm like, bro. I'm like, but it might sometimes. I was like, you might be right. But, like, this particular style of karate, it's American style kickboxing. And so I'm like, it relies on this set of skills and these type of attacks more so than like karate, which is very square and stuff. I'm like, this type of style is very bouncy. You're very agile. You're very in. You're very out. Mm-hmm. And I was just explaining to him like all the weapons that Wonder Boy was going to use. I'm like, Wonder Boy's sidekick is going to keep that fucking dude at bay all night long. And sure enough, that's exactly what the fuck happened. And he even knocked down Jorge one time with it. Mm-hmm. He sidekicked him, I think it was like to the chest or something, and knocked his ass down. Mm-hmm. And it was just like, bro, like he just couldn't adjust either.
Yeah.
So also Jorge isn't I think as great of the fighter as he made himself to be this year. He's on 3 KOs this whole year. Darren Till, Ben Askren.
I think he's always been good. It's just yeah, I think he's just more complete now. He looks a lot more
looks sharp, man.
Because before his boxing looked really good. Yeah, his kicks were there, but they weren't together. Like everything he does now,
everything's fluid.
Everything, yeah. Like especially when he was whooping up on Nate, like
the elbows, elbows.
Yeah, like like whatever opening was there, he was taking that opening and he was ripping that shit open.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jorge definitely got a lot better. He's one of my favorite fighters actually now.
Nice.
I'm subscribed to him on YouTube. He makes funny videos too. Yeah, he's doing things big now.
Cuban Jesus. My number 2. And I don't know if this is on your list. I got Cyborg losing.
Ah, yeah.
Okay, glad it's not on your list. Cyborg loses for the first time in like 1,100 years.
Yeah.
And she doesn't just lose a decision. The bitch gets knocked out in the first round. It was like, what was the first minute even still?
I mean, I knew someone would, I knew one of them was going to get knocked out. I didn't think it was going to be Cyborg.
I didn't think it was going to be Cyborg.
Like, I never thought I'd see Cyborg lose in my lifetime. I thought Amanda Nunes was doing good because she fought like, she kind of had the same track record as Cyborg. She was fighting like girls that were smaller than her. And she could hit way harder than her. And I was like, oh, you're about to fight Cyborg. She hits hard too.
You're going up to her weight class.
Yeah. So
she won't fuck you up.
Nope.
Here, get there.
You got that steroids jaw.
Bro, when that shit happened, holy fuck, dude. We all flipped out in the house, bro.
Yeah.
I remember that shit.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be more of a war.
But I was making a drink in the kitchen, as I often do. And I'm like, oh, Cyborg's it's gonna be good, right? Mm-hmm. And Cyborg's kind of going in there, and she gets tagged, and we're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And she's trying to throw again, and then she gets tagged again by a man. Oh shit! And then she just gets yeah. And she's out, and she was like face planted out, right? Like she was like out for a like split second. Like,
yeah, no, she was out. She got put down.
He went memes.
I mean, the only thing that kind of reminded me of that was the other champion Rose getting knocked out. Thug Rose, when she was winning that whole fight and they got stabbed.
Oh,
that could have made my list, but I forgot about that until we started talking
about right now. That's right. Fucking Andrade said he ain't get this.
Yeah, she's getting her ass lit up and then
slammed her the fuck out. But anyways, back to this fight.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, Cyborg coming in the UFC, just starts mollywopping bitches.
Yeah.
Has a long trek because they started her career in UFC at 140. Had a long trek to get 145 to even be a thing. Then Jermaine Durandamate has the belt, doesn't want to fight her. You know what I mean? Then the 45 belt's up in the air, and then she ends up fighting. I don't even know who the fuck she fought for it. Somebody. I don't even remember. Do you remember who it was?
No.
Who knows?
Because she knocked her out quick.
Yeah, she had knocked everybody out. Mm-hmm. Oh, I feel like she fought Tanya Evinger. Maybe that was for the belt. I don't remember. But like she knocks out all these bitches. She beats them all. She beats them by knockout. She doesn't go to decision. And then, except for Holly Holmes, she went to decision with Holly Holmes. That's right. It's 5 round. And I think that was this year too. But anyways,
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but so we're like, okay, Cyborg's got the cardio. She's beating some legit people. Okay, like Amanda Nunes, 135 champ on champ action. We need this. But we're all in the back of our heads going like, Cyborg and her big ass hands are going to fucking mollywop little ass Amanda Nunes. Oh no. Nunes comes in, Yigada!
And Nunes.
And ends up being
like
one of the best
dude.
champions we've ever seen. She head kicks Holly Holm to death in the head.
Which is crazy.
Yes. Fucking crazy.
That happen.
Yeah. And then she ends up beating Jermaine Durand, which we all knew, but she didn't beat her by knockout, but she beats her to defend the 35 belt. So it's just like, man, this girl beats like everybody.
Man, Valentina's the only one that's been able to take it to her.
Yeah. For twice went to the decision.
Every time, yeah.
Twice went to decision.
Way smaller.
Yes.
Way smaller. That's crazy.
It's crazy. And both of those were competitive. Competitive.
Yeah.
So that was my number 2. John Miller, what is your number 1?
My number 1 is Yair Rodriguez, KO, and Korean Zombie.
That was last year.
That was last year?
I had to look this up. Yes.
That was last year?
I had to look it up. It was last October, November. I know it felt like this year. It was like last October, November.
What?
Yeah, I swear to God, I thought it was this year too. I had that, what is it, Nelson Mandela effect? It was last year, bro. It was last year.
Damn it. It was November last year.
Yeah, it was November of last year.
Anyways, that one was crazy.
It was a hell of a knockout. Behind the back elbow.
Yeah.
Ducking down behind the back elbow.
Yeah.
Just duck down, just boop, boop.
Yeah, he said that motherfucker said he saw Cowboy practicing it, and he just decided to do it. I'm like, what the fuck? Who does that?
He does that, man. That's like what, did you listen to Max Holloway on Rogan's podcast?
Nuh-uh.
He talked about, because he was talking about he didn't have a striking coach for his first like 7-8 fights.
Oh yeah, he didn't watch UFC.
He watched UFC video game as he played it. Mm-hmm. He would do new moves. The Renan Barao, Jose Aldo, and I would go to the gym the next day and I'd have people hold pads and I'd try the moves that I did. That's how I learned how to fight. And I was like, what in the fuck, dude? And Joe Rogan was even insane. Like, what in the fuck, bro? What in the fuck? He's like, yeah, bro. You know, that's how I learned. And I'm like, so that's one of those things.
Okay, well, then I'll swap out the Yair Rodriguez fight.
Do you have a number 1? What's your new number 1?
I'm just gonna say this. Whenever he beat Stevenson.
Oh, Jeremy Stevens.
When he KO'd Stevenson. Yeah, I thought Jeremy would have ran.
Did he win by KO? I thought it was a decision. Look it up.
Was it decision? Hold on.
I swear I looked up Yair's record because I was like, this is bullshit. I swear to God this was this year. But it was last year. I swear he fought Jeremy Stevens twice. He was winning and he lost by the eye poke.
That was by a decision. But he almost knocked out Jeremy Stevens in this one.
He fucked him up.
He fucked him up. Like, the reason Yair surprised me this year because he looked like a bitch when he fought Frankie Edgar. Mm-hmm. And ever since he got beat down by Frankie Edgar, he turned into a little girl for a while.
Oh, he didn't want to fight like a diva?
He didn't want to fight anybody. Remember? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Dana White wanted to fire him because he wasn't wanting to fight. Because I think they wanted to fight him as a beat.
Oh, that's right.
That smoke, which I kind of understand.
I get it. Like, nobody wants to fight Zabit.
Yeah, especially after losing. But he surprised me this year, really. Cause
he bounced back with that Korean Zombie win last year. Mm-hmm. And we hadn't seen him fight in a very long time.
And then he fought, Jeremy Stevens. And I was like, dude, like.
He fought him twice, too. Like, they ran it back. He was like, oh, he poked me.
Yeah, the first time, it was weird.
Yeah, he was like, no. And he's like,
seemed overly emotional, too, because, like, they canceled the fight or whatever. No contest.
Yeah, Yair had a point to prove with fucking Jeremy Stevens.
Why is that? Like, how come they?
What do you mean? Why? I think he just had a point to prove. I think he had a point to prove. Like, I think he had a chip on his shoulder.
Mad. Like, he seemed mad in the first one, and he still seemed mad in the second one.
Yeah, I think he had a point to prove.
I've never seen him mad and try to really hurt someone like this before. He was really trying to hurt Jeremy Stevens.
Yeah, he was trying to fuck his world up.
And he was fucking his world up, which has really surprised me. I mean, like, we'll see what comes out of your ear. Like, the dude is an unknown right now.
He's an unknown. He's very just like
he's looking really good though.
Him and Korean Zombie run that back part too.
Woo!
Ooh, girl.
Oh man.
Ooh, girl. Or even run back, dude. If they did the Frankie and Yair, the way that Frankie's looking now, like I don't know if Frankie could take him again, bro.
Yeah, that curly haired squad is going down. It's only that young one. You know what I'm talking about? The one,
yeah, that one kid.
Son.
That one kid, and he's like, "There's my Uncle Frankie's fighting."
And then he made a meme with all their
curly headed kids. Yeah. That shit was funny, dude.
No, that's hilarious. That's probably one of the funniest shit that's on the internet, especially in the combat sports scene. That shit was hilarious. Yeah. Cool.
But yeah, my number one is old Cuban Jesus versus Ben Askren. It was your number two, and it's my number one for a lot of reasons.
I can't believe I fucked that up. I should have looked it up. I swear to God, it was.
I felt like this year, bro. I felt like it was September.
Was it this year?
I did. It was on my list.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I looked up. I was like, let me make sure all these fights happen this year. This way I remember. Hey, because I drank a lot of alcohol this year.
Yeah.
So I've done drugs this year. So I need to make sure like my brain's still working fine. You know what I mean? And you've done drugs this year too, John.
A lot. Yeah.
So again, and with all that said, we might have forgotten when the fuck these fights happen.
It's still amazing fights. So.
Still an amazing fight. The reason that this one, let me add gravitas. Let me add some gravity to the situation. This is Ben Askren's first year into the UFC. We just saw him survive Robbie Lawler's mauling of him in the first minute and a half of their fight. Even though he took Robbie down, we saw him take Robbie down, saw him control Robbie. Then we saw him like kind of bully choke Robbie. That's basically what it was, right? It's like a little bully choke. Was it guillotine or something?
It was on the chin. Kind of like what
it was a bully choke though, right? He had him from the front.
Yeah, bulldog choke.
Yeah. And then they were like, well, Robbie was out, but he wasn't out. But was he out?
I don't know. That's kind of weird.
So he had a controversial.
Because you did see his arm go limp.
Yes, it did.
He said, but then he did a thumbs up like a little, like right after that. But by then it was too late. They called it.
So it was a very so that's the thing. It was Ben Askren's first year in the UFC. Highly touted, right? Highly contested too, highly controversial because he had been talking shit about the UFC.
And Joe Rogan, fucking JRE helped him out.
Dana said he was never going to be he talked shit about him and said he was never going to be in the UFC. He said that NyQuil takes Ben Askren to go to sleep. Just a boring ass wrestling fighter. That's what the world knew Ben Askren was.
I never thought anything much of him because when I did see him fight, I was first hearing about him on Joe Rogan, it was just boring to watch. Like
it's fat.
And he couldn't throw punches. Like he just looked awful.
He's sloppy. His hands are sloppy.
Real. Awful.
He's never. It's never improved. Like Khabib's hands at first were sloppy as fuck. They've gotten progressively better.
He's getting better,
and it matches his. I mean, his wrestling just always been the thing.
Fight weird though. That's the one thing.
But some Russians have hands.
No, yeah, some do. Yeah. But like I've seen some really weird shit come out of Russia, so that's why I'm saying I'm not surprised by the way his hands should have gotten his hands. His hands should have gotten progressively better than they have because he trains out of AKA. Ben's hands should have gotten way fucking better because he trains out of Rufus fucking Sports. Straight garbage,
bro. These guys have some of the top notch like fucking strikers, right? Paul Felder goes in and out over there. Pettis is over there. Who else? Woodley's in and out of over there. You know what I mean? Like. Dude, that style, the Rufus Sport, it's striking oriented. You know what I mean? Striking BJJ oriented.
I don't see why he didn't grow.
Why didn't you get better, bro? Anyways, so he's coming in, controversial win over Robbie Lawler, whatever. Some people still not sold on Askren. And all of a sudden, Masvidal earlier in the year had knocked out Darren Till. And Darren Till had just came off the loss of Woodley.
That was a crazy one too.
But it was crazy because like we're like, okay, Woodley can beat him. Like Woodley beat him last year. But it's Woodley. Woodley's a fucking champ. But before that, Darren Till was running through the fucking welterweight division. He beat Wonder Boy. He had knocked out everybody else. It elbowed the fuck out of Cerrone.
Yeah.
Like what else did we want? Right? Like we were still sold on Darren Till being the kid that we still thought he could be. We're just like, he lost to the champ. He's fighting Masvidal. Masvidal's a fucking mid-tier welterweight at best. Like, we haven't seen, and up until this year, we hadn't seen him fight since the end of 2017 when he fought Wonder Boy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He took time. He took a lot of time off.
I didn't realize it took that long.
And God bless him for doing it, because he came back in and knocked the fuck out of Darren Till.
Yeah.
Right? So this is the buildup for this fight.
I think everyone knew that fight was going to be a barn burner. But then
the way it happened, though, was like, fuck. He just said, clack, like, what the fuck?
And then people were mad because he still was hitting.
Oh yeah, he was hitting the fuck out of him.
Hey, Jorge hits fucking hard as shit too.
Yeah,
like he wails you, like, yeah. So I understand why some people were kind of worried for Till.
Right. He ate some extra hits.
Yeah.
That he shouldn't have.
And
but so this is the
over aggressive. He's on the floor.
Fuck it.
Super necessary.
Get the ref. But
my job is to punch him until the ref stops.
It's exactly it.
It's true.
The ref is there to save you, so if he's not there quick enough, I'm gonna get him in a bet. I'm gonna get you a few. So this is the buildup going into this fight for people who don't remember. You got Askren, controversial win. You know, people still don't like him, but they're like, okay, fuck it. Like, UFC's in the Askren business. You got people who are, okay, Masvidal knocked out Till. Like, what else can he do? We want to see we still got question marks. We got question marks about Masvidal. We got question marks about Ben Askren. What we assume going into this fight, at least I did, Masvidal was going to try and stand with him. Askren was just going to take him down.
Yeah. Well,
that
was the plan.
That's what I assumed was going to happen.
Yeah, I thought he was going to crouch sniff him the whole fight.
It's just hug him, hug and tug the whole fucking time. So going into this fight, that's what it's looking like, right? But then as the fight starts, and I was here in the kitchen, I was making a drink, and it started as I was finishing making my drink, and I was like, holy shit, I don't want to go back. I don't want to find a seat right now. I'll watch it from here. So we start the fight, right? And before, I think it was Herb Dean, or it might have been somebody else, but before they were like, okay, fighter, you ready? Fighter, you ready? We see Jorge leaning on the cage. Mm-hmm. Hands behind his back. Hands behind his back. Leaning on the cage. Relaxed like a motherfucker. Relaxed. The fight starts. Askren goes running at him immediately to take him down. We're like, oh, we see that. All of a sudden, we see fucking Cuban Jesus fly from the other side of the cage and just, flying knee to the fucking face. 6 seconds.
Well, it's because it was weird because he had his hands behind the back, but he wasn't going towards the center of the octagon. He was keeping his back to the side.
He just kept leaning back.
Well, he took off to the side instead of go to it. And then he just waited till that sweet spot that video of them recording. Like, he knew what
Askren was going to do.
He knew, yeah.
Askren was going to immediately come out with a takedown.
That was crazy how they released that footage. I think the day afterwards. No, we've been practicing that. That's crazy that, like, he would have saw that kind of opening. I mean, it makes sense because wrestlers usually always duck whenever there's, like, a storm coming to go for a takedown.
But immediately, like, to just give away your position like that.
Yeah, I think it was a whole hands behind the back going to the side instead of going straight at Ben that threw Ben off. So Ben met in the middle to a flying knee.
I think that's a lot of thought right there. I mean, I see what you're saying. He did kind of step up to the edge.
Because you're used to people going straight at you.
He did step up to the side a little bit, but like Askren was still going for the takedown anyways.
Well, yeah, but it was too fast for Ben to like really process it all.
Bro, his head was down. Like, he was looking down at the ground. Yeah. His head wasn't even up.
Yeah.
His head was looking down at the ground because he assumed Jorge was just going to come straight at him, or like he was still going to just keep going forward until he felt Jorge's legs. Well, he felt Jorge's legs, just a knee part, right to the fucking dome.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I was worried for him. That shit was ugly.
I remember watching it, and all of a sudden, it starts, he runs, knocks him out, it's over. Jorge's hitting him twice, and like, mocking him as he's down. But like, everybody in this house literally was like, what in the fuck? Because whether you were going for Masvidal or fucking Ben Askren, you did not expect it to happen like that.
Yeah, you had a few Ben fans.
Yeah, I was a Ben fan. Bud was a Ben fan. Jordan's a Ben fan. Like, we're Ben fans. Yeah. But I'm like, bro, Jorge Masvidal's fucking, he's a tough cat.
So do you think Ben can beat Khabib?
No.
Yeah, after
seeing that? No.
Yeah.
Before that?
Well, because he had the mystique.
Right, exactly. We had a lot of question marks about him.
And it got answered in 5 seconds.
6 seconds.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
6 seconds. And 2 fucking boop, boop.
Yeah.
Jorge hit him twice fucking hard, too.
Very necessary.
Very necessary to bury that evil, bro. But yeah, that is my number one what the fuck moment of 2019.
That should be the number one.
The way that I just remember it. I was making a fucking drink, just watch it, and I got to watch it all. But I still remember it blur. I still remember it being so fast it was blurry. And I didn't really capture it until they replayed it, because I was like, did I just see what I think I saw? And then they replayed it, I was just like, oh my god. Yeah. That caught the internet on storm too. People knew Jorge Masvidal after that fight.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They knew who the fuck Ben Askren was in a bad way. They knew who that was. Mm-hmm. That blew the internet up that night.
He has a record, right? Fastest knockout.
Yeah. Yep. Jorge Masvidal does. Yeah. So that is my number one what the fuck moment of 2019. Hopefully we can do this in 2020. That's my what the fuck moment of this decade. Man.
I mean, maybe we could do one next year, but we'll do the past 10 years.
Oh, yeah. Pick like one from the last 10 years, like one what the fuck moment from each year.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be interesting to do. That'd be really interesting.
I mean, that's a little bit of homework, but I think that'd be fun to look up.
Yeah.
There's a lot of crazy shit.
There's a lot of crazy shit.
Breaking his leg.
Right. Even he got knocked out that year, too. I don't know which one's bigger. I mean, obviously, leg break is big, but like him losing in 2013, first of all, the knockout was just like, Anderson can be beat.
Pissed me off. I went downtown heated. I was so mad.
He was looking for a fight that night.
I was so mad about Anderson getting his leg broke.
But yeah, this is our final show of the decade, folks. I hope you enjoyed our top 5 what the fuck moments. Mm-hmm. It's been great. Thank you so much for tuning in and keeping Loaded Joes alive for the past 5 years. And yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed your holidays. Merry Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever it is you guys are celebrating. I hope you guys have a happy New Year. This will be the final show that's on. Maybe I'll put another Unfiltered Bachelor show. I don't know. This will be definitely final Loaded Joes of the New Year. Shout outs to our sponsor, UFC Gym Austin. Please go check them out. 512-292-1900. Hit them up. Go get some free classes. Go check out the gym. We just got fresh new owners, got fresh new coaches, fresh new classes. Definitely go check them out. UFC Gym, South Austin, 512-292-1900. Without them, I don't think Loaded Joes would be in business at this point. So we got to definitely give them a shout to the out. John, any shout outs, any final words as we part ways with our fans?
No, I just want to shout out to all the MMA fans out there, or combat sports fans, and thanks for supporting Loaded Joes. It's been a good half a decade since we started it, and yeah, very grateful. And if y'all want to reach me, my Twitter handle is JohnMATX.
John Maddox, ladies and gentlemen. John Milrer. Everybody, thank you for turning into Loaded Joes. Follow Loaded Joes MMA on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You can follow me, Money Blakeweather, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. Thank y'all so much. Whether it's have a good morning, evening, night, afternoon, whatever time you're listening to this. Appreciate it, and we will see you, fine and beautiful folks, next year. Stay up, stay fighting, stay awesome, and yeah, we'll see you around. Peace.